So y'all, I did a thing. I know it came out of nowhere. I didn't tell anybody. I just did it because, quite frankly, these are one of those things that I didn't need nobody else's opinion on. I just had to do it myself. Because I know that some people was going to be opinionated about this. But I did it. And if you got something negative to say, you can keep it to yourself. Thank you. Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? So, like I said, I did a thing. I got lock extensions. First of all, if you don't agree with lock extensions, you can exit out of this video right now because I'm not here for the negative comments. I did a lot of research on this, and it seems like on almost every video there's negative comments about starting your own locks and how you're cheating and stuff. A lock journey is a lock journey, okay? And quite frankly, I did it once and I didn't want to go through it again. So that's my personal preference. And if you got something to say, you can step. Now for everybody else that is willing to enjoy this video, keep watching and I'll tell you why and how I did my lock extensions. So I didn't make a video at all on how exactly I made the extensions, but if y'all want one, let me know and I'll do one. The process was so tedious. I was just trying to get it over with, and quite frankly, I didn't really have the patience to sit there and record it when it was already a slow process. So I was kind of over it. Sorry, but like I said, if y'all want a video, I'll show y'all. I was thinking about making lock extensions to sell, but once I did them for myself, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to pray about this because it's so tedious and time consuming. It took me a week to make these because I have other things to do during the week. So it's not like I can just like go non-stop just making my lock extensions. Like I had to take time out, I had to take breaks, you know what I'm saying, because it's just so tedious. And you have to be very careful when you are crocheting locks because you can definitely hurt yourself. I know a lot of people say that, but it's like really true. It wasn't this time, but it was one time it was my last lock journey. I was trying to instant lock one of my locks and I ended up pricking my finger under the nail bed and it bled out. So crochet hook is very sharp, be careful with it, okay? I don't want nobody hurt, because it hurts. It does not feel good at all. So yeah, so the reason why I got lock extensions was because I was so ready to start my journey over, and my hair was growing. And I'll insert a picture of how my hair looked when I prepped it. My hair was growing. I cannot deny the fact it had grew out so much from when I cut it in April. But I was just being impatient because I knew that I sat down and thought about it, and I was like, well, by the time I actually get to the desired length that I want in order to start my locks, it'll probably be like around this time next year. Excuse me. It'll probably be like around this time next year. And so I was like, cause see, I ain't got time. Plain as day. I just did not have time, okay? And with me doing the protective style every 4 weeks, having to buy hair, install it, like that was the reason why I got locks in the first place, because I didn't want to do that anymore. And like spending money on hair, I didn't want to do that anymore. That was the reason why I got locks to begin with, because I did not want to fool with my hair. I just want to retwist it and I just want to go on about my day, okay? But it was too much trying to let it grow out. It was just too much work, honey. So I was just like, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just invest in some Afro kinky bob hair, and I'm gonna make them myself. So that's what I did. And I'm gonna link where I got the Afro kinky bob hair from. It's really good. I think it came in natural black. So I think my tones are, I think my hair is a little off, but not by much, so it's not really noticeable. So I'm not gonna dye it. I'm just gonna leave it alone and let it grow out, because dyeing my hair is what got me into my last predicament, which is why I had to cut my locks off. So we're just gonna leave them alone. If I wanted color, I should have bought it with color. That's all I'm gonna say to myself. And every time I feel the urge to dye my hair, I'm gonna be like, girl, you should have bought it with color. Because we're not gonna dye this hair. We're gonna leave this hair alone. Because I've seen too many horror stories about people that have lock extensions and they bleach them or they dye them, and then they end up separating from their real hair. And I'm just like, no, I ain't spend all this money on this hair for it to start coming loose. If it starts coming loose, it's because I want to comb it out. That should be the only reason. Which, speaking of, what I'm thinking about doing is, after 2 years, if my locks make it that long, not saying that I'm not committed to them, but if they happen to last that long, I want to keep these in for 2 years, and then I want to cut them out and then let my real hair come out like it should. It's like I'm like transitioning into locks, I guess would be better words for that. It's like protective styling when you're like transitioning to natural. I'm transitioning to locks, okay? This is my transition to locks. So I made my parts pretty big because my hair is thick, but I just wanted to make sure that I matched the density of it, because these locks are not small at all. I have 47 of them, by the way. These locks are not small at all. So I just want to make sure that when they do start to grow out and it starts being more noticeable, like my growth, I want to make sure that they match, because there's nothing worse than having a lock too big attached to your real hair, and then it grows out and your lock is skinny and then that one's fat, and it's just like, and now you really want to cut it off because it don't look right, you know what I'm saying? And that can weigh on your hair, adds tension and make it heavy. Speaking of heavy, girl, I washed these locks after I installed them, and I about tipped over in the shower. Why y'all ain't tell me it was that heavy? This hair is heavy. Well, it's not heavy right now, so let me not say that. But when I wash it, it gets heavy. It gets a little heavy. I ain't gonna say like it's heavy to the point where I just cannot stand it, but it's definitely a noticeable difference because I didn't have no hair. Like, so just imagine me going from no hair to a head full of hair, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why. It's probably heavy because I'm not used to it. That's it. But yes, like I said, I have 47. I did a lot of research. I actually wanted my locks to be smaller, and I started off making them smaller. I really did, but for some reason, like, my spirit in my hands left my brain, and they just decided that they wanted them thicker. So I was like, okay. I just looked down and I got a full set of locks that's like thicker than the rest of the other ones. So I'm just like, I guess I'm gonna have thick locks then. I don't know. I guess that's what I wanted in my spirit. So it's alright. I'm not upset about it. It had to grow on me. I just installed them yesterday and I tried to retwist them as best as I can because I was kind of tender-headed, so it kind of hurts. I did a braid out on them, so I retwisted it and I did a braid out. So that's why it's looking all wavy and stuff right now. But yeah, they were supposed to be smaller than this, but it had to grow on me. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, once I washed it, it was starting to loosen up a little, because you know, when you first install extensions, they're very stiff. And so when I first installed them, I was like, yikes. So I had to wash them, and then once I washed them and got them set in, like I did my braid out, I took it out this morning, you know, it's starting to flow a little better, and I know it's only going to get looser from here. So that's good that they're starting to set in and look like the real thing and not all stiff and stuff. Y'all, I can't wait to put my hair in a bun. That's all I've been wanting. I just want to put my hair in a bun and just keep it moving, like an effortless bun, like a just messy bun. That's all I want. It's gonna look so pretty. But anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, if y'all want me to do a video on how I make my lock extensions, please tell me. Like I said, I'm still praying about selling lock extensions. We're gonna have to see about that because it's very time consuming and tedious. But other than that, if you want to see a video of me making one, I'll be more than happy to do that. So y'all just let me know if y'all want me to do that. And if there's any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Okay. And like I said, leave your rude comments to yourself, please. Because even though this is not the hair that grew out of my head, I'm still on a lock journey. So be nice, please. Okay. I've been through it once. I know how it feels. I'm at peace with myself. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? That spiritual journey was awesome. It was awesome. I will not lie. I would trade it for nothing, but I just had to cheat this time. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say about it. Y'all can't say that I was cheated out of a spiritual journey. I've already taken one. I'm still on it, to be honest. So, like I said, disclaimer. Okay? No negative comments. Okay? Bye-bye.